Hello everyone, my friends of St. Irenaeus Parish. It's good to speak to you once again, and it's especially good for me as your pastor as I look forward to reaching out to be able to communicate with you once again on this video clip, allowing you to know that your parish is well, and it is my hope also that you are well and that continuing to take the necessary precautions so we can all get through this difficult time together. Obviously, since I spoke to you last, we were given the directives from the governor last Monday on the necessity to continue to work closely to keep things at bay with this pandemic. And because of that, of course, our parish offices are closed, and also the church and its functions are closed. But however, I do want you to know that we are monitoring our phones and that we are able to keep track of people through the internet, and that the parish is still very much alive, even though in a different way. This struck me in a very unique way when I walk into church now that as we designed our baptismal font, as most of you know, when you come in the main doors, the font stands in the middle and you have to walk around the font, around the waters of baptism before you come into church. The font is empty right now, and it's a further reminder of how different things are in our church at this moment. But still, nonetheless, I was struck by the thought that even though the waters of baptism are not in the font moving as they always do, reminding us of the life-giving spirit of baptism, that the effects of baptism, the effects of what baptism does for us here at St. Irenaeus is still continuing. Let me give you just a few examples that even though our parish is quote-unquote closed, some of the things that are going on. Right off the top of my head, a few days ago, many of the people from the parish got together, went through the parish roster on the computer, and had made phone calls to all of the senior citizens in our parish, reaching out to them, checking to see if they're okay, and if there's anything that we could do for them. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Also, a week or so ago, we had a parish blood drive. I'm happy to tell you that people were actually turned away because so many people came to give their life-giving blood for the good of other people. What a wonderful thing that is. Also, last week, the youth group met, and they met through the miracle of internet and some things I'm not familiar with quite yet, called Zoom. And they had some 25 members of the youth group online at one time, bonding together and keeping themselves going strong. It's a wonderful thing. Today, as I am speaking to you right now, there are a group of parishioners who are in the parish hall, and they're mindful of being socially distant from each other, packing lunches for Baldwin Soup Kitchen and the Hope Center in Pontiac. And also another example that there are parishioners who are currently making masks for nurses and medical people, sewing them at home for St. Joe's Hospital in Oakland. So these are just a couple things, a few things to remind you of how, even though we are closed, that the spirit that comes from our baptism is continuing to thrive here during this most unusual time. In the context of my speaking to you today, though, however, I do want to move from, as in my last videos and part of this one, to another aspect of parish life. As we all know, that we completely are alive and can do what we can do only because of your generous support. It should come as no surprise that after 2 weekends of not having any masses here at St. Irenaeus, that our weekly collections have taken a great dive south. That should not be a surprise. And we understand that. Everyone's lives are totally in turmoil, and I'm sure that the first thing you're thinking at home is not, oh, we have to make our gift to St. Irenaeus. I would like that to be that way, but I am a realist as well as an optimist, I could say clearly. However, very seriously, I am asking you that you do find time to be as supportive as you always have been of our parish financially. Again, the last 2 weeks we have taken a great hit, like many other parishes as well. And so we really depend on you, and I'm asking you to take the time with your family as you would normally, and to sit down and to mail your contribution in to our parish. Because our offices are closed, mail is the best. I would also, again, make my appeal to those, especially the younger members of our parish, that I wrote about in the weekend, to consider making your gifts online. I know there are some people who absolutely are closed-minded to that for all kinds of reasons. However, I also know that in this congregation, there are many, many young families who do not write checks anymore. It's all through electronic banking. And you can do that with St. Irenaeus. On the website, it's very easy to see that. When I speak about the website, again, I cannot help but go back and say, please look at the website for information about parish life. On the website, you will see all of the latest items that are going on, this video clip, ways to make electronic banking if you choose to do that. But I am appealing to you again to be as generous as you possibly can. You remember last September when we had our offertory increase, your response was phenomenal. Not just good, it was phenomenal. And so I'd like to appeal to you to go back to that spirit. I know we're at different times. We're not thinking about that. And I also do want to remember and reach out to those who may have lost their jobs already. I am very aware of what's going on. I watch the news like you do. If you have been affected by a loss of job, please, I understand, and God understands. However, if you are still in a position and are working to make your donation to keep us alive, to keep the lights on, to pay our staff, to do the maintenance that needs to be done, I appeal to your generosity. You might notice that I have not spoken about this issue over the last couple of videos, and I did that purposely because I'm concerned about you as pastor. However, part of my role here over these almost 9 years is to make sure that we are functioning as a parish with services and employees that can help you. So whatever you can do, please, please do. Finally, just a word. In watching the news, what I've come to learn is this. A couple suggestions. Limit watching the news. If you watch that news nonstop, it can be very, very disruptive to our lives. I am not a psychologist, but I think I know what that can do to us mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. So I heard a professional speak the other day, such great words of wisdom. Watch about 10 or 15 minutes a day to keep up to abreast of what's going on, and that's good. But after that, consider doing things as a family, to bring your families together. I've seen and received so many wonderful notes from people telling me about how they're doing family things together, puzzles, watching television, doing different creative works together. Use this time, if possible, for that time when we're scattered, when we're too busy. We will get through this. There is no question. But as your pastor, again, I just want to thank you for your love and support, for the incredible amount of emails I have received and notes in the mail, encouraging. Thank you so much. I appreciate that more than you'll know. But my encouragement to you, care for each other, be informed, be safe, be healthy, stay at home so we can come to an end of this. But in the meantime, as we approach Holy Week and Easter, we will keep you up to date on what's happening through video and my own personal talking to you. So once again, God bless you and your family. Please be safe. Pray for me as I pray for you. And together, let's allow God to be the light of our life and never, ever take our eyes off Jesus. God bless you. And again, till next time.